Alright guys, so you guys already known that I wanted to do the fuel lines from the passenger side to the driver's side because I have the 1JZ PVTI, which the fuel rail's right here. And I just wanted to let you guys know something. These are the hard lines for the regular fuel lines to the KA, but I'm not running these anymore because it was an inconvenience to go over the engine. Like I have these two right here, which I'm gonna have to cut. So I deleted them from there. The only thing that are there is these, the brake lines. So that's the only hard line that goes there. There's also a third hard line, which is the evaporator that goes to the charcoal canister, which is located on the KA right here in this area. So this is what it looks like from my experience of doing this. Well, I deleted it, but I heard it's okay to do it, but I'm just gonna see myself, so you guys don't have to do it. But I left it right here. And this is what I did. So I deleted my fuel lines from there, and I just left the brake line. It runs right here. So I just left that there. And what I did, I dropped the whole gas tank, which was not necessary to do now that I know, because I did it myself and I wanted to see if I could route the hoses another way. But I just found out from my experience that it's just better if you just use the same way, because there's a gap right here. So what I did is got the hose lines and I put them right here, and I ran them from there and over to that side, and I just zip tied it right here. Kind of bent this a little bit so it doesn't like nick my fuel line there, through there, and I made my own hard lines right here. The feed and return, the clamp two through there, which is, there's enough space right there, just like stock, all the way up there. Kind of hard to see. There you go. So it goes straight, clamp, clamp, and then straight up. And then that makes room for all that other stuff that was right there. Just makes it more cleaner. You get to make it your own way. And these are aluminum tubing, so you can like easily move them around, bend them a little bit. And I also used, to make it even cleaner, this. If you're not familiar with this, one of these. There's also a bigger one, but I got this one. And I'll use this. Very, very helpful. Makes everything cleaner. You don't have to buy it. You can rent it. Got these both at O'Reilly's. Pretty sure you can get this at Harbor Freight, but this is what I used. Simple directions. Very, very good. Anyways, so go through there, one under there, and I'm not done yet, but there they are. Alright, so I'm already gonna start taking out the fuel lines from the passenger side, which I have right here. Gotta take them over. That's a fuel filter. I got that from FR Sport, and it's a high flow fuel filter. So that's how I had it right there. Let's see if I can focus right there. Probably gotta do something about that because I don't like that 90-degree angle right there. It's an AN fitting to this braided hose. I had one of those AN clamps on it, and I might cut them back just a little bit so I could you know, not have to cut too much hose. But here it is. This is the feed one. It actually has a high pressure fuel filter. I know it looks a little small, but that's how I put it on with AN fittings, AN fitting clamp, and it goes to the back of the fuel rail. So what I'm gonna do is probably beat the back of the firewall just a little bit, just so it clears it a little bit better, so it's not like right on it, and with the movement of the engine, and kind of like pushes on it. So also what I'm gonna do is change the engine mounts, which are right there. Those are the stock ones. I actually cut them, and these are some excessive motor mounts. But yeah, I got some from Injugu Racing, and there's some ISR. They're adjustable, so I'm gonna put those on and see how it like helps or something to raise the engine. But we'll see right now. This is the return one. And it goes to the fuel pressure regulator, or back down, which is here. I mounted it right here with the little bracket from the KA that I had right there, and just bend it, and I put it right here in the throttle body. Close that one up because I don't need it. So that one went back down there. You know that light. So there's that fuel line right there. So that's where I have the AN fitting right there, right in the back of the fuel rail, right there. 90 braided line all the way down to the fuel filter, right there. And let's get a view from the bottom. And that's what it looks like. The return, feed, fuel filter, AN fittings, clamps, aluminum tubing, and just like a holder. Front braided line all the way through, making it look stock, just like the stock on the passenger side. That's what was the idea. But I took down the whole gas tank and it tried to run it through the bottom, but there's no spacing from there, so I wouldn't recommend doing that. So like I said, I'm gonna do the videos. If you guys don't make the mistake and waste your time, I don't mind doing it. So like and subscribe. Anyways, so here it goes. There's enough space from there to the back, and it has some fuel hoses that go right there, right along it. And I pushed back the metal sheet, just the cover of the tank, so but I bent it a little bit so it doesn't nick my fuel lines. I'm on the floor, so yeah. And it's just stuck to where the fuel pump on an S14, it goes from the back in the trunk on the top. You know when you see it. So I fed it through there, just stuck right there where it would normally go, which is right here. Let's see. A bunch of stuff under the car. Anyway, so in your car you'll see it. It just goes along the chassis on the other side, and that's basically it. But instead of going on that side, and that's the one of the lines, but that's for the brakes, and it all goes together. But I left that one there, 'cause just don't touch that one. But instead I brought it from there through here, started right there, clamp under the tank. There's no space, it's not squishing it or anything. It's right back there, snug. Aluminum tubing. I made it myself. Just gotta be careful with it. Not too hard, because it's very delicate. So it goes from there to there to there, all the way up to the fuel rail. And always, it's just really, I have the car on jacks, and it's just really hard to move around laying down on the floor. So, but anyways, every time you work on fuel lines, always disconnect your battery. It's just safe, you know. Keep yourself safe, everybody around you. Just gotta be do everything possible so nobody gets hurt, no sparks or anything, and just let people know. It's always a good thing to let people know. Look, I have a sign right here on my hood. Just tell nobody to smoke, and be very careful. I mean, this is my way of doing this. Just be very careful when you do it. I mean, you could just take an idea from my perspective of doing this myself, but if you don't feel confident doing this, I don't suggest you do it. Go to a professional, and there's plenty of shops out there that are willing to help you. So always wear those when you're under the car. I didn't, but you know how it is. Anyways, fuel pressure regulator, tome, and on to the next part of it, like the next mod. But anyways, if you like this idea and it helped you and you're just being safe the way you just know what you're doing, do your research, and like and subscribe as usual, and give a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks.